So here's some help with the e-learning for this week. Let's take a look at problem 2. You're given a circuit, obviously, and a Ver chart. And the first thing I would do is fill in the Ver chart with the things you know. We know that the voltage at the battery is 24 volts. We know that the total current is 6 amps. And we know that when we're given both of those, we can use Ohm's law to find the total resistance. So I'm going to do V divided by I, and that's going to give me a total resistance of 4 ohms, okay? Then I'm going to fill in the resistors that I know. I know R1 is 2 ohms. I know that R2 is 2 ohms. I don't know R3, so I'll leave that blank, but 4 is also 2 ohms. Now you might think at this point that you're kind of stuck. There's a couple other things that we do know, and that is R4 is a standalone resistor. So you have your 6 amps coming out of the battery, but right here we've got a node, so that 6 amps is going to split between, I'll call it pathway 1 and pathway 2, and we cannot assume that that split is even. But the good news is that right down here there's another node, and right there, that's where the current is going to reunite. So I'm going to mark that the current, I'm going to put the word join there. The current's going to come back together there. So however the split was, when we get to R4, we've got the full 6 amps going across R4. So I can fill that in. And now in R4, I know 2 out of 3. So I can now find the voltage drop across that 4th resistor simply by multiplying 2 times 6, and that's going to give me 12 volts, okay? So I now know that at R4, 12 out of the 24 volts drops. And remember, when you get back to the battery, you have to be at 0 for your voltage. So if you're going to drop 12 volts at R4, and you think about your 2 pathways, in each one of these pathways, whether it's P1 or P2, you have to see a drop of 12 volts there. So I know that R3, because it's the only resistor in that pathway, has to drop 12 volts. Because then it's going to drop another 12 when it goes across to R4, and then it'll be at 0. Now, the issue with R3, of course, is that I don't know the resistance there. They didn't give it to me. So at this point, I don't know how the current splits, so I don't have enough information to move forward until I find R3. Now, the good news is they did give me the total resistance, and I know that the resistance at this standalone resistor, again, R4, is 2, because they gave me that. And so what I can do is the total resistance, R total, is going to be equal to the resistance in paths 1 and 2 plus the resistance in R4. So one way of thinking of this is that R total is equal to the resistance in pathway 1 plus the resistance in pathway 2 plus the resistance in R4. Now, I can't really do much with P1 and P2 because they're in parallel, and so I'm going to have to deal with that in a minute. But I know the total resistance is 4 ohms, and I'm going to leave P1 plus P2 the way it is for the moment because I got to figure that out. But I also know the resistance at R4 is 2 ohms. So what I can do now is I can actually just subtract that 2 off on both sides. And so now I know that 4 minus 2 obviously is 2. So I know when I clean up the resistance in P1 and P2, whatever that is, the total there is 2 ohms. But I have to use my parallel rule for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say 1/2, because that's my R total now inverted after subtracting out R4, is going to be equal to, now in the first pathway, R1 and R2, I have a total resistance there of 4 because each one of those is 2. So 2 plus 2 obviously is 4. So I'm going to have a 4th there. Plus, now I don't know the resistance in R3, so I'll just leave that R3. Now, of course, I can't do anything with this until I have common denominators, so I'm going to change that 2 into a 4, and that's going to make the top number a 2. So now I have a statement that says 2 over 4 is equal to 1 over 4 plus 1 over R3. And then I think looking at that, it's pretty obvious that R3 has to be 4 ohms. So now I can go ahead and fill in R3, which is a big help because now that I know that that's 4 ohms, I can actually find the current there by doing 12 divided by 4. And that tells me that I have 3 amps going across R3. So if I have 3 amps going through pathway 2, that means I have 3 amps going through pathway 1. And the nice thing about pathway 1 is R1 and R2 are in series, so that current doesn't split on me again. So I know that R1 has 3 amps, and I know that R2 has 3 amps. And now I can calculate the voltage drop across each one of those. So the voltage drop is just going to be 3 times 2, which equals 6. And for R2, same thing, 3 times 2 equals 6. And, oops, let me get my equal sign in there. And so now I could actually go back if I wanted to and just double check that everything adds up the way it should. At the battery, I had 24 volts. And so in either pathway, I have to drop a total of 24. So if I take a look at what's happening in pathway 1, it's going to drop 6 across R1. It's going to drop another 6 across R2, so that's 12. And then it drops 12 across R4, so we're at 24. And then with R3, it's going to drop 12 across R3 in pathway 2, and then it'll drop another 12 across R4. So it looks like things add up, and my VER chart is good to go. So that is number 2. So to get you started on number 3, again, fill in what you know. So I went ahead and filled in the resistors. In this case, they gave me all 4 resistors, but they didn't give me the current at the battery. And that means that I'm not going to be able to use Ohm's law to find the total resistance. They did give me the voltage. And if I look to see if I have any sort of standalone resistors, I don't, because if I trace the current coming out of the battery, I notice that right here I hit a node, and the current is going to split between R1 and R2. And in fact, actually, it's going to split again. And there's a third pathway there, really. So what you've got actually are 3 pathways. The current can go through R1 and then come down and go through R4. So one path takes the current through R1 and R4. Another pathway takes it through R2 and R4. And then a third pathway would actually take it through R3. So the good news is, even though I don't have any resistors where the current is not split, I do have a pathway. So I'm going to label my pathways. Here's P1, here's P2, and P3. The nice thing about P3 is there is only one resistor in that pathway. And so that means that whatever the voltage at the battery is, in this case 12, I have to see a drop of 12 volts there, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and fill that in my chart. So I know that at R3, I'm going to have a drop of 12 volts across that resistor. And now I can find the current through that pathway simply by taking 12 divided by 4 Ohm's law and using that to get a current of, 3 amps there. Okay, so I have 3 amps in this pathway, but I still don't know the total current. And since I don't know the total current, I'm going to have to find the total resistance. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start right where the current splits at R1 and R2. I'm going to deal with those 2 resistors because they're in parallel. So I'm going to say that 1 over R12 is going to be equal to a fourth plus a fourth. And the nice thing about that is I already have my common denominator. So I've got 2 fourths but now I have to invert that. So our 1, 2 is actually equal to 4 over 2, better known as 2 ohms, okay? Now what I can do, since I've cleaned that up, is I can actually add in R4. So now pathways 1 and 2, the total resistance in P12 is going to be equal to 2 ohms. That's from R1 and R2, plus the resistance at R4, which is also 2 ohms. But once I clean up this parallel, I can treat these like they're in series. So it's just straight addition. 2 plus 2 is 4. And now I can find the total resistance. But again, I'm going to have to go back to parallel. So I'm going to say 1 over R total is now going to be 1 over 4, because that's the combination of 1, 2, and 4. So I've got a fourth there. Plus R3 is a fourth. So I've got a fourth plus a fourth, which is, of course, 2/4. But then I have to remember to invert that to get the total resistance. Oh, let me fix my typo there. So that should read 2/4. And when I invert that, I get 4 over 2, which of course is 2 ohms. So now I know the total resistance is 2 ohms, which means I can find the total current using Ohm's law. So 12 divided by 2, and I now know that I have 6 amps coming out of the battery. And remember that 6 amps, I know it splits, but I know that 3 of the 6 go through pathway 3. That means that the other 3 have to go through P1 and P2. Now you might say, but I don't know how those split. No, you don't, but take a look at R4. The thing we know about R4 is that the current is not split there because there's a node here. So the current splits between 1 and 2, that 3 amps that's going through 1 and 2, and it does split. It comes back together at R4. So I now know that at R4, I've got 3 amps. So I can go ahead and fill that in. And now I know 2 out of 3 there. So that's the help that I'm going to give you on this one. I want you to take some time and figure out how to fill in the rest of the chart. Good luck and have a good weekend.